defense, or in these clips, we're going to be talking about defense, defensive options, variations on defense, offensive defense, etc. That's the way I like to teach. Obviously, every coach is different. Everybody teaches their own thing. What I say is not necessarily what every other coach is going to agree with, but it's the way I teach and what I like to get across to guys. What I think is important. Every coach has got his own preferences and choices on what they think is important. With obviously the benefit of all these clips is you can use what you like, use what you don't like. If you don't think it's important, but I mean, I would only put important stuff in here, and I hope you guys enjoy or understand what I'm trying to explain. And yeah, so let's get started. So the first little clip I want to do is literally probably one of the most neglected factors in boxing or in fighting, to be honest. And I think it's probably the thing we need to start off when every single fighter needs to start off doing this. And that is head positioning. I want to break it down for you. So, for example, if I'm boxing with a long neck, I'm obviously way susceptible to getting caught and knocked out because my chin's high. It's like a long, you got that movement. So with a long neck, your head can move. With a short neck, it's tight. You can brace for impact. So that's a very important factor. So head positioning to start off. So number one, when we're punching, and you'll see this with a lot of guys when they start, not so much when they punch, well, when they punch the bag as well, but 90 to 100% of people when they start sparring have got a habit of punching like this because they're scared of getting hit. And obviously, when you're not used to getting hit, you don't want to get hit in the head. It's a psychological fear. But what you're doing in that position is the minute I'm doing this, I'm keeping my chin up nice and high, which makes it easier to get clipped. I'm making my neck nice and long, which makes it easier to get concussion or whiplash. So first thing that you want to do when you start fighting, and this is something that you have to train on the boxing bag, you've got to train this on pads. When you start sparring lightly, this is something you've got to focus on. And that is keeping your chin down, keeping your head down. You want to shorten your neck, keep your chin protected. And basically what's going to happen is if I keep my chin down, look where my head is defended by my shoulder. If I keep my head up, look where my head is, I can get clipped easily. Okay, so rule number one when we're punching is that position there. Keep your chin protected right behind your shoulders. One of the first things I try and explain to my guys when they're punching is when they punch, you want to almost slap your cheek, boom, with your shoulder. Okay, that's a good way to learn. If my shoulder's not touching my cheek, then I'm not doing it right. Then the next thing as well, when we're punching, like I said right in the beginning, we don't want to be punching like this. Another reason we don't want to do this, if you watch very, very carefully, I'm going to move a little bit further away so you can see range. So if I'm punching like this, look where my hands are. Even if I'm doing that, look where my hands are. I'm scared of getting hit. Okay, now look what's going to happen when I put my chin down and lean forward. Look at my range. So now, there, compared to this, and I'm scared, I don't want to get hit. Look at my range. Boom. Okay? And often you're going to find you in sparring and you throw a jab, but you jab like this, head back, look where my fist is. Oh, almost hit. Whereas if I keep my chin down, boom, I would have broken his nose. So little things like that start coming into play. By keeping your head down, keeping your legs bent, you're going to maximize your range. Very important, while at the same time keeping yourself protected. Number two, when we're punching, same principle. If my head's down and I slap my cheek with my shoulder, look what's going to happen. What I want to do is imagine, to maximize my range, imagine there's a pole going through my head like this. So when I punch, my body needs to turn sideways. For my body to do that, what's going to happen is, if you look at my center line here, as I punch with my hands here, watch my head position. I want to replace my chin with my shoulder. Okay, so boom, there, boom. That's what I want to do. Bam. If I jab, same principle. Boom, maximum range. Boom. If I throw 1, 2, extend, but don't move too far. And then on the 2, get the head off center. If you watch, my head's constantly moving left and right, my chin's down, nice and short. This allows me to set up. My weight transfer, leg to leg. Remember, all the power when you throw your punches starts in your legs. If I'm standing center, no load. Once I'm here, oh, big load on this leg. Once I'm here, oh, big load on this leg. So just by doing that, I create load and power. Bah! There, bah! Bah! Pushing off the legs. So just by working on that one little thing, chin down, head off center, not keep making sure that your arms are nice and high, not keeping your head back. By keeping your chin down, you're maximizing your range. Head up, shortening your range and making yourself more susceptible to the knockout. So all of those little things, what you focus on every single day when I'm working the bag. Lovely drill. A lot of guys like to just put a tennis ball under your chin, work like that, but it's also more of a conscious thing, because when you're fighting, you don't have a tennis ball. It's just work, keep the chin down, and constantly boom, boom, bam, bam, bam. Get that head moving all the time with the chin nice and low. Very important. If there's one thing I can suggest you focus on, especially when you're starting. The rest will take time, but this you can get right off the bat. Keep that head off center, keep the chin down, focus on maximizing range, and remember, don't get caught.